Hey y'all, Sarah Who here, and we are back again with Steins Gate. So, last episode, after getting a little information from a captured Moeka, we found out she really doesn't know too much about everything. Just that Steins decided to go after us because, again, we've been hacking them. They want our time leak machine, and they found out that we were going to go public with it. So after a little more time leaping, we decided to tell Kurisu what was up, because she kind of came to us. We figured out, it's like, oh god, we can't do this alone. And she's like, you need a plan, buddy. You need to go back much further than what you've been doing. Talk to me. Yeah, work out what we're going to do, and then do it. Because you can't keep just randomly going over and over again until you just vanish from existence or something. Alright? And so that's what we're doing. She sent us further into the past. We're getting ready to wait for her to finish the time leap machine. Then we're going to tell everybody to get the hell out and talk to her and tell her what happened. Although, honestly, the apartment is probably bugged because, you know, Moeka knew we were going public with it, so we should probably do it somewhere else. I lie back on the sofa with the phone in my hand. Needles in my brain. Whining in my ears. These sensations never get any easier to endure. I look at the clock, about 1:45. There's a high school baseball game on TV. In about 15 minutes, Kurisu will finish the time leap machine. All it needs are some final adjustments, so there's nothing for me to do but wait. As the pain in my brain subsides, I realize that my head is throbbing. Why? Oh, I remember. Right before this, I had an argument with Mr. Braun in which he introduced his fist to my skull. Mayuri is at her sewing machine working on her costume, and Daru is at his computer collecting Moe artwork from the internet. Kurisu is in the development room upgrading the time leap machine. I sit motionless as the minutes tick by. Suddenly, the sound of the sewing machine stops.
Okarin, can you come here?
Mayuri shows me her costume.
Can you hold this up for me? Spread it out like whap.
Mayushi, say flop again.
Whap.
I got a flop.
Stop it, perv. Oh, stop it, perv, sorry. I follow Mayuri's directions and spread the costume up by the sleeves.
Okay, thanks.
Mayuri looks a little tired. She was working on the costume all night. But then she smiles brighter than the sun.
All done.
I said something here, didn't I? What was it? I can't remember.
I finished before Christian. We were racing.
You win, Mayuri. Congratulations. But I'm finished too. Risu finishes connecting the two cords she's holding. Complete. Alright, that's my cue. We're not experimenting. Yeah? Crap, was that too soon? I just finished and you're already shutting it down. What have I been doing these past 3 days? Time leaping presents a host of problems. I want to consider them all carefully. That's an unusually respectable opinion coming from you.
Problems? I thought it was done.
I'll explain later. Everyone's tired, so let's go home.
Oh, we're not going to have a party to celebrate?
We'll do that another day. I managed to convince Daru and Mayuri to leave. I lend Mayuri my phone charger, since we use the same brand of phone. Kurisu tries to go home too, but I quietly keep her back.
What?
Are you upset? Yeah. Sorry, I thought we were explaining things to her. Probably because I shut her down right after she finished the time leap machine. She'll feel relieved later, but only after she has time to fully consider its implications. I came from 5 hours in the future. Kurisu spears me with a piercing glare. Is that supposed to be funny? Her narrowed eyes make me believe that looks can kill. Don't glare like that. This isn't right. You're supposed to believe me. What made you think I'd believe something like that? You told me so 5 hours from now, okay? Don't be ridiculous. I would never make such a baseless projection. I'd like to have a word with future Kurisu. If this is how you're going to be, then you leave me no choice but to quote you word for word. When I told you about my time leap, you said I took it as proof that my theories were right. I didn't doubt it was true for a second. Don't forget, it was my mad skills that turned the phone wave into the time leap machine. I don't talk like that. What you want most right now is your own fork. What? Greasy's face suddenly turns red. You already have your own spoon, apparently. She said that! I'm going to kill myself 5 hours from now. She appears genuinely shocked. For some reason, but I'm pretty sure she believes me now. It feels like someone peeked into my heart, and that someone is Okabe of all people. What does she think I'm going to do? But I think I believe you. Tell me the details. I explain everything to Kurisu again. I'm able to organize my thoughts better, since this is my second time. Hurry. I see. If what you say is true, then we have serious problems. There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come up with a plan before then. Future me said the chronology projection conjecture holds, but I don't think that's quite true. That conjecture says that according to quantum theory, time travel is impossible due to the danger of disrupting causality. But when you time leap, there's no chance of a time paradox occurring. Two of me don't exist at the same time, and I can't bring anything with me to the past. All the changes are the memories stored in my temporal lobe. So at the very least, time leaping can't cause a grandfather paradox. So I was right. The universe itself is censoring me, correcting any changes I try to make. If that's true, then time leaping can't save Mayuri. Nothing you do will change that result. I can't accept that. Neither can I. The world is trying to kill Mayuri. As a scientist, I refuse to believe such nonsense. What about the many-worlds interpretation? I just need to observe the world where Mayuri doesn't die. The many-worlds interpretation. That might have something to do with how Mayuri's means of death keeps changing. But it's supposed to be impossible for a parallel world to observe each other. Why are you different? Because my Esper power, reading Steiner. This is no time for your Chunobyo nonsense. Sorry, I was about to say something else there. There's no other explanation. You've mentioned that Radiant Steiner thing before. Were you actually serious? Why would I make up something like that? Our Demo experiments proved that I can somehow perceive changes in the timeline when they occur. It's an ability only I seem to possess. I don't know, but I don't want to rely on something that may not even exist. Anyway, you can't control which possibilities you observe. Even if the many-worlds interpretation holds true, it's unreasonable to expect that you'll ever find a world where Mayuri doesn't die. Wait, we're not getting anywhere. So in analyzing what I've done, let's think about what we can do. Time leaping won't change the result, I just said that. Then what do we do? Calm down. How can I calm down? Do you know how many times I've seen Mayuri die? Covered in blood, gasping for breath, the light fading from her eyes, again, and again, and again. And all I can do is watch. I hear my teeth grinding in my skull, recalling that despair, that feeling of utter powerlessness makes me want to lash out at everything within reach. Getting emotional won't solve anything. You're only calm because you weren't there. True. I don't know what happens 5 hours from now. To be honest, it doesn't feel real at all. But it's not like I don't believe you. You have to stay strong, Okabe. Kurisu pats my arm. Her hand is warm and her touch is gentle. How American of her. Sorry. She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Whew, deep breath, calm down. What I don't understand is how the cause can change, but the effect can stay the same. It's like causality itself is broken. Maybe Kiryu Moeka shooting her isn't the real cause for death. Maybe it's something larger and less obvious. For example, maybe she dies because we invented a time machine, or because CERN discovered our hacking. If that's the cause, then it doesn't really matter how she dies. Causality remains intact. Can that theory explain why Ney pushed her in front of a train? Oh, right. Anyway, the principle of causality is absolute. Deny that and you deny all of physics. There must be a distinct cause for Mayuri's death. She's been with us each time. That could be it. So if we figure out what it is, then maybe we can save her. Sorry. Not necessarily. What do you mean? The problem is when the casual event, I don't know, it is causal, right? Because it's supposed to be the cause, I don't know, event occurred. It looks like casual though, so it's like, eh. If it happened too far in the past, then there's nothing we can do. But I can travel to any time I had a cell phone, can't I? No, it's still theoretical, but I believe that one leap with our machine has a maximum range of 48 hours. 48 hours? I can only go back 2 days? Why didn't you tell me that before? Before what? I just finished the time leap machine, remember? That's true. Future you didn't say anything about it either. Oh, so that's what you mean. Maybe she just didn't have the chance. So how come I can only leap 48 hours? I don't know. Even I don't understand everything that's going on inside that thing. But you can do consecutive leaps, that is, as long as the time leap machine exists. For example, if the time leap machine remains functional for 10 straight years, you could leap back to the moment 10 years from now. Of course, it would take a total of 1,825 leaps, so I don't recommend it. Still, it's theoretically possible. Then, what's the problem? Weren't you listening? I said as long as the time leap machine exists. When was the machine completed? Exactly. An hour ago, August 13th, 2010, 2 p.m. or thereabouts. It didn't exist before then. But if we go back 2 days from now, give you the information you need about exactly how it was, made, then, maybe we can just keep going back and get more and more days. It doesn't exist before then. It's impossible to use the machine before 2 p.m. today. So what you're saying is... go 48 hours back. You can't go back further than 2 p.m. on the 11th? Hirisu nods, her expression grave. Most likely. Can't you improve it? Eventually, maybe, but certainly not now. I need a real laboratory with real equipment. It would be expensive, which means we need sponsors. And if we go looking, I'm pretty sure CERN would crush us. I'd say that's proven by the fact that neither you nor I have leapt here from the far future yet. So basically, can't do anything. Even with the time leap machine, we can't stop CERN from killing Mayuri 5 hours from now. Okay, that's creepy. At that moment, I hear a sound from outside the window. What? Is it Moeka? Did she overhear us? I dash to the window and look down at the street. It's Suzuha. Her bicycle has fallen over and she's scurrying to pick it up. Interesting. No, not Otto. Even with the time leap machine, we can't stop CERN from killing Mayuri 5 hours from now. I'm getting suspicious of Suzuha. I think she's on our side, but she needs to let us know what she knows. Because clearly we said something that startled her there. Is it the fact that we have time left? Uh-oh. Oh no! What happened? There we go. Our eyes meet. Okay, I can't click anymore, but I can use the spacebar. Huh? Why does she look so pale? Her lips move slightly. It looks like she's whispering something, but I can't make it out from here. Hey! Hey, get back here! I call out to Suzuha, but she leaves on her bike and zips away. She's acting strange. I smell a conspiracy. Moika was a spy. Could Suzuha be the same? It's too dangerous to trust anyone. Suzuha has exhibited suspicious behavior, though not as much as Moika has. She's openly hostile towards Kurisu, and she was able to take down certain hit squad single-handedly. I wonder if this missing father of hers really exists. Could he be the John Titor who's been posting on the internet? What is the meaning of the name Beryl Titor? Instinct tells me that she knows something. I dash out of the lab. Finally, some common sense. Hey, where are you going? After a lead. I know I don't have much of a chance of catching her on foot, but I have to try. There's something going on here. This is a completely new sequence of events. According to my memories of the future, Suzuha is supposed to remain at the Brawn Tube workshop until 6:30 this evening. But when she overheard me talking to Kurisu, she suddenly took off like a bat out of hell. This has to mean something. Suzuha is already out of sight, but when she left, she was heading to Chuodori? I wonder if her phone's on. Maybe I should try calling her. Come to think of it, this reminds me of something. On the day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a word, just sending an email, bye. I searched the town, but I couldn't find her, so I sent an email that changed the past in order to make her stay. I'm pretty sure I lost her near the station back then. What happens on that timeline? Where did Suzuha go after failing to find her father? I search up and down Chuodori, but find no trace of Suzuha or her bike. I have to be careful. There could already be rounders here in Akiba. I comb the area around the station's main exit, but there's no sign of her anywhere. I lost sight of her here before, so I thought she might be close by. Maybe I should corner her on my next time leap. Press her for answers before she can escape. I better get back to the lab. I start walking from the station, but just then, the people around me gasp and point. Everyone's looking up at the sky. No, not the sky. The satellite embedded in the roof of Radicon. Why now? It's been there for 2 weeks. It's practically a landmark now. But everyone looks like they're seeing it for the first time. So I turn and look up too. What? The lights on the satellite are blinking. Is someone inside? Suzuha? Or could it be Moika? The satellite has remained silent through all of my previous time leaps. What has changed? Obviously, the fact that Suzuha overheard my conversation with Kurisu. Previously, I lost sight of her at the station, in other words, right next to the Radicon. Suzuha must be up there. Everyone's staring at the satellite. This is my chance to sneak in without being noticed. The shutters are half opened, just as they were when I confronted Moika. I summon my courage and crawl through the crack. When I get inside, the first thing I see is Suzuha's bike lying on the floor. So it is her. What's she trying to do? What is that satellite? How is this related to John Titor? I think we might have our John Titor, buddy. Is it even a satellite? Nobody knows for sure. Checked online, no satellites fell out of orbit that day. It's a time machine, isn't it? When they do, whether by accident or by design, they usually burn up in the atmosphere. It's impossible for one to land in such perfect condition. So what is it then? Something transporting through time. A jolt suddenly runs through my body. Could it be a time machine? There's only one way to know for sure. I need to get there before Suzuha does something. The elevator and the escalator aren't operating, so I bound up the stairs 2 at a time. My lungs gasp and my legs burn, but I force my body to carry me to the top. There's the satellite, lodged in Radicon's roof. I notice wires holding it in place. The police must have... So wait, no, it wasn't Kurisu then. It wasn't any of our experiments. It was Suzuha specifically coming into the timeline to switch things. Because the whole reason the conference got called off was because this got embedded into the building. The police must have done that so it wouldn't fall. There's a hatch open on the side of the machine. I see someone moving inside. Suzuha! The person freezes when I shout. I run to the satellite. Okabe Rintaro. Suzuha turns to me with a sad expression. Behind her, I can see the interior of the satellite. It's surprisingly simple, without the switches and buttons you'd expect. Instead, there's a black box the size of a desktop PC. There are numbers on the screen, 2010-0813, and below that, 1975-0813. Suzuha reaches out to press a button. Ow! Sparks burst from the panel, and she jerks back. Her fingertips burned. What are you doing? It's not working. You know how to use that thing? She doesn't reply. I see her shoulders sag. It's not working. The sparks had to be from an electrical short. My eyes are burning from the smoke. Answer me, Yamane Suzuha. I swallow hard, then ask the question. This is a time machine, isn't it? Are you a time traveler? With her head hung low, Suzuha nods. I'm John Titor. I knew it! I mean, I only knew it like 5 minutes ago, or 2 minutes ago. It was probably 2 minutes ago, it wasn't even 5. Okay. But still. There's still a big crowd outside, so we exit the building on the side facing away from the station. Suzuha has calmed down a bit, so I start pressing her for answers. What do you mean, you're John Tidor? Exactly what it sounds like. I'm the John Tidor who's been posting on that channel. I thought he was a guy. Suzuha smiles humorously. I fooled you? Guess my camouflage worked then. Who are you hiding from? CERN. Those stories you posted, were they true? Mostly. Few exceptions. It's those exceptions that bother me. So, you came from 2036 and that satellite, that's your time machine? I was hoping you wouldn't find out, but my time machine went and broke on me. I really screwed up, huh? I thought Tidor's time machine was loaded on Chevy. Chevy? That's a car, right? Where'd you hear that? The Tidor in 2000 said so. 2000? That might be me on a different world line. At least, I haven't been to 2000. I came straight here from 2036. So it was someone else. It's true that Tidor never posted in 2000, not on the current world line. It doesn't matter, I can worry about that later. So, what do you know? I pressed Suzuha for answers. Oh, pardon me. Trapping her between me and the wall so she can't escape. You overheard my conversation with Kurisu, right? Why did you run to the time machine? What were you trying to do? I thought it was my fault. What? Because I neglected my mission, CERN was able to put their plan into motion. Is it true? Suzuha suddenly grabs my shoulders. Is it true that CERN killed Shina Mayuri? It's true, I time-leapt from 5 hours in the future. Time-leaped. Sorry. He said time-leap too, I just read it as time-leapt. So you guys completed your time machine. I need answers. What do you mean it's your fault? Suzuha bites her lip and looks away. I'll tell you everything. I think you need to know. You and Makise Kurisu. Kurisu? Why Kurisu? I guess I'll find out if I let Suzuha talk. We should head back to the lab. But first, I offer Suzuha my handkerchief. She looks at me for a second, then takes it and ties it around her burned hand. Thanks. Any day. Oh, pardon me. Getting a fit of yawns again like last time. 1 second. Alright, so. She should probably see a doctor about her hand, but there is no time for that. Mayuri's death is approaching. I just hope she's not in too much pain. I wrap a towel around her hand to keep people around us from staring.
Welcome back, Okurin. Oh, Suzu-san's with you too.
When we get to the lab, Mayuri and Daru are there for some reason. I thought I sent them home. Mayuri gives me a ditzy answer when I ask them.
I really thought we should celebrate the birth of Super Phonewave-chan. So Daru-kun and I went shopping.
I should have known she wouldn't stay away. Risu looks as worried as I am. She leans close and whispers into my ear. What do we do? I'm absolutely sure Mayuri doesn't find out. Risu nods slightly.
What are you guys whispering about?
How many times do I have to say it? No party. Shoo, be gone.
Come on, Okurin, that's no fun.
It's not about fun. I glance at Suzuha. She still looks depressed.
Suzu-san, are you feeling okay?
Suzu, Christina, and I have important matters to discuss, and that's why I asked you to leave for the day.
Miyushi wants to hear too.
I think he's serious.
But Suzu-san looks sad. Miyushi's worried.
Sorry. Suzuha hangs her head and bites her lip. I know she feels responsible for Mayuri's death. But how is she related? That's why I'm here to find out. I want Shina, Mayuri, and Hashida Itaru to stay. This concerns them too. If Suzuha says so, then I have no objections. But I quietly pull her aside and remind her not to tell them about Mayuri's impending death. Then I quickly explain Suzuha's true identity. That she posted on @channel as Jean Tidor, that the satellite is really a time machine, and that she comes from the year 2036.
Girl from the future? That's awesome. Can I shake your hand?
We're not playing around here, Daru.
What year were you born?
2017. Oh, wait, no, wait. That's crazy. I don't know where that came from. Sorry, 2017.
That's in 7 years. You haven't been born yet, but you're here. Haha.
There's no time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. Alright, Suzuha, let's hear it. Well, the gist is, what I posted on @channel. Came from the future, from the year 2036. In my time, the world is a dystopia ruled by CERN. There's no war, no conflict, but no freedom either.
Dystopia?
A society where every activity is controlled by the government. In a dystopia, you're not allowed to eat bananas unless today is banana eating day. If you break that rule, they throw you in jail without trial.
That's terrible! Miyushi loves bananas!
Forget about the bananas. I'm part of the resistance fighting to free humanity from CERN's control. I came to the past to change my present. From your point of view, I guess I should say the future? Change the future? Change the future. She doesn't sound like she's joking.
What about finding your father? Was that a lie?
Suzuha doesn't answer. Does that mean it was a lie? CERN is a research institution. They don't have political power. I explained that to John Tidor several times online. Online? Wait, don't tell me. You're Kuriko-han and Kamehameha? Risu turns red and looks away. Tidor came forward, so it's only fair that I do too. In that case, I'll come clean too. I was posting under my true name. Who would kill? I know.
You harmonized.
Suzuha frowns. She must not like having anything in common with Kurisu. She clears her throat and continues. CERN is still a research institution in 2036. The world is actually ruled by CERN's secret backers, the Committee of 300. Committee of 300? They're real? That name was in CERN's top secret documents. When CERN successfully completed their time machine, They became the sole entity with power over the fourth dimension, time. In just 2 years, they remade the world to serve their purpose. That was quick. Just 2 years, but that's only an objective time. I bet CERN's time travelers spent many decades leaping back and forth across history, building the foundation of CERN's rule. That brings us to you, Makise Kurisu. You have a key part in this. Suzuha glares at Kurisu. In 2036, you're apotheosized as the mother of the time machine. Apotheosized? What? In Japanese, please. Apotheosized, as in revered, respected. She keeps using unusual vocabulary, or maybe that's normal vocabulary in 2036? Respected? Huh. I am? In 2010, you pioneered the time leap technology. Afterwards, you contribute to the development of CERN's time machine. That's what I know about you, Makise Kurisu. What you don't know, however, is that it's probably because she got taken captive and was forced to do it, which is what we're kind of experiencing right now. Says Suzuha, it's all a massive misunderstanding. She's actually a good person who was being held against her will. Alright, but this is where we're going to end the episode for today. Thoughts and opinions. Well, at least we finally get the mystery that is Suzuha. And it's a pretty good one, I have to say. You know, at least she's has a real key important role to play here, because previous to this, I think her and Luca were probably two of our more, you know, kind of boring characters. No offense to them, it's just they didn't really have much to do with us. It was just kind of, you know, occasionally hanging around, a little mystery here, a little mystery there, but, you know, nothing else really ever coming of it. But now it's all just coming out in one big old blam! But seriously, I don't know, I've been enjoying the last few episodes, because things have just kind of hit the ground running after, like, so much build-up. So much freaking build-up. They. But I guess it's all paying off right now, because, I mean, everything's kind of coming together, and we're well-versed in everything, so I guess it worked. I still think we could have used with a little less of the textbook read, but, you know, we're here, so. Next time, we're going to find out a bit more of Suzuha's future knowledge, try to make a plan to save Miyuri, and until then, like and subscribe if you want to, and thank you for watching.